OpenAI's Sora hits 1 million downloads faster than ChatGPT and stirs Hollywood's ghosts. The Free Software Foundation wants to build a phone you can actually own. Notebook LM gets a tiny tweak that makes a big difference. OpenAI flirts with a Canadian office and gets a Blue Jays welcome. Samsung's Montreal lab builds a tiny AI that outsmarts the giants, and ordinary citizens win in court with smarter, fact-checked AI defenses. Welcome to #Trending. I'm your host, Jim Love. Let's get into it. OpenAI's new video generation app, Sora, has exploded out of the gate, hitting 1 million downloads in less than 5 days, even faster than ChatGPT's debut. And remember, Sora is still invite-only. The excitement comes from its ability to turn simple text prompts into lifelike videos. But that same power has already landed OpenAI in some hot water. Copyright owners were the first to push back. DC Comics publicly said never after fans started posting clips using its characters. OpenAI scrambled to remove them. Then came something far more personal. Some users began generating videos of deceased entertainers, including Robin Williams. His daughter, Zelda Williams, pleaded with people to stop sending her AI-made clips of her late father, calling them disturbing and cruel. OpenAI said Sora blocks misuse involving living celebrities, but classifies the dead as historical figures. That's a painful loophole. Sora's record-breaking launch shows the power and appeal of generative video, but it also raises a deeper question. When technology can resurrect our icons so easily, who decides where tribute ends and trespass begins? When the Free Software Foundation turned 40, it didn't just celebrate, it made a statement. It introduced Libre, a project to bring real software freedom to mobile devices. Today's smartphones are some of the most locked-down tech we own: hidden firmware, closed bootloaders, and constant tracking. Libre aims to peel all that back and replace it with code users can control. It's early days, but the Free Software Foundation is working with longtime developer Rob Savoy to strip out proprietary blobs from existing phones. The goal is clear: build mobile systems where you control the software, not the vendor. It's ambitious, maybe it's audacious, but in an era of digital surveillance, the idea of a phone that truly belongs to the owner feels revolutionary. Sometimes it's the smallest updates that make the biggest difference. Google's Notebook LM has taken the world by storm, but it's just added a little something: native integration with Google Drive and Docs, and it transforms the workflow. Before, you had to upload files manually. Now you can link docs directly as sources and ask Notebook LM questions that draw on your own writing instantly. I've tried it myself. I created a Google Docs notebook, and I pulled in that shared project, asked a few questions, and it felt less like a static notebook and more like a real assistant that knows my work. It's proof that innovation doesn't always have to make headlines. Sometimes the little refinements are what make AI tools genuinely useful. If you haven't checked it out yet, try it. OpenAI has hinted that it might be opening a Canadian office, and it's more than a business move. It might be an olive branch. Executives say they already have a pretty significant group of Canadian researchers and engineers, and joked about how many Blue Jays shirts they've seen around their headquarters. But with Canada emphasizing its digital sovereignty, from sovereign cloud projects to tighter AI governance, this gesture lands at the perfect moment. And we all know that Canada's been central to AI's story from the start. Geoffrey Hinton in Toronto, startups like Cohere, and thinkers like Gillian Hadfield shaping policy. If OpenAI follows through with local hiring and real R&D here, it could mark a turning point, turning some of the tensions into a partnership and giving those Blue Jays shirts a home field advantage. And as if to underline Canada's growing AI influence, Samsung's Montreal AI Lab has unveiled the Tiny Recursive Model, or TRM. This model has just 7 million parameters, microscopic compared to models with billions and maybe getting into the trillion level. But it uses recursive reasoning, looping over its own answers and refining them step by step. And that small but smart design lets it outperform models up to 10,000 times larger on complex reasoning tests like Sudoku, mazes, and the ARC-AGI intelligence benchmark. It's open source, it's Canadian, and it's a reminder that innovation isn't just about building bigger. Sometimes thinking smaller is the smartest play. There's a paper on this, and we'll provide a link in the show notes. You might want to check it out. And finally, we've heard about lawyers getting burned for using AI, mostly because of fake legal precedents. But lately, ordinary citizens are flipping the story on AI and representation. A recent piece from NBC News profiled several self-represented litigants who used AI to argue their own cases and won. One California man fought a $55,000 judgment using ChatGPT to draft his appeal. The appeals court reversed the ruling of the prior court and tossed the attorney fee award. And there's also a woman who handled her own appeal, a complex process even for professionals. She used AI to structure her arguments, double-checked every precedent, and won her appeal, overturning the earlier decision. This is proving so popular that a legal clinic in Washington state now teaches citizens how to use AI responsibly. And their first rule? Double-check your precedents to make sure they actually exist. It's a sign of the times. Careful, fact-checked AI used by smart amateurs can beat sloppy AI-assisted lawyering any day of the week. And that's our show. If you like what we're doing, please share it with others. Give us a like or a comment on your favorite podcast app or site. You'll find us everywhere: Apple, Spotify, YouTube. We're there. And we love hearing from you. You can reach me at technewsday.ca or .com. Just head to the Contact Us page and drop me a note. And if you're watching on YouTube, just put a note under the video. I read every one. And finally, it's Canadian Thanksgiving this weekend. We've got a great weekend show lined up for you, but we'll be taking Monday off and back Tuesday morning with the latest tech news. I'm your host, Jim Love. Have a fabulous Friday. And if your alphabet ends with a Z, have a thrilling Thanksgiving.